Hey guys! So we're not at school, dun 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 dun, but I do want our classes to be fun and something that you guys enjoy. I also want to encourage your creativity, so anything that you guys can come up with to do instead, let me know. We have 3 English classes a week, so I am expecting 3 different assignments turned in. Everything can be turned in on WhatsApp, so that way we don't have to worry about it when we get back to school. We have already taken care of everything. Wonderful. If I am not in your WhatsApp group, please add me. All right, so our assignments will either be something you can write, something you can speak, or something other. Remember, I'm open to your creativity as well. 8th and 9th graders. 8th and 9th graders, when I ask you to write something, when you decide that writing is what you want to do, I expect it to be 300 words. So when you write a paper that's about a 1-page paper, it's around 300 words. So 300 words, you can do more if you want, obviously. 300 words, I expect there to be an introduction, 3 basic points, and a conclusion. We have talked about this in class. A good paper always has an introduction, 3 basic points, and a conclusion. When you write something, it does not have to be typed out, although it can be typed out if you would like to type it out and send it to me on WhatsApp, or you can write it on a piece of paper, take a picture, and send me the picture. Make sure I can read it. If I cannot read it, I will send you back a little note that says, I can't read it. Number 2, your other option. You always have an option to write or to speak. And the other option is to speak. Do an oral presentation with WhatsApp audio. Turn it on. It needs to be 5 minutes. How many minutes? 5 minutes. 5 minutes includes an introduction, 3 basic points, and a conclusion. So basically 1 minute per thing. An introduction, 3 major points, a conclusion. You guys are getting this. All right, other. There are some of the projects that if you choose, there are other ways to turn in something. Some of them require a video, some of them require pictures. Others require links. So please just note there are other ways that you can turn things in. We have class how many times a week? 3 times a week. So how many projects do you need to do? 3 projects. Also, remember, you cannot do 3 of the same thing. So do not do 3 other or 3 just speaking or 3 writing. My suggestion is do 1 of each week. Or you could do 2 of one and 1 of something else. For my 6th and 7th graders, love you guys. 6th and 7th grade, you have the choice as well to write, to speak, or to do something other. Remember, choosing different ones, not all of the same thing. For your writing assignments, it needs to have 150 words. 150 words is about half a page or 2 good paragraphs. In those 2 good paragraphs, you need to have an introduction, 3 main points, and a conclusion. When you are speaking, it needs to be 3 minutes. Basically 1 minute for your 3 points, but add an introduction and add a conclusion at the end. There you go. If there is any questions, go back and listen to this video again. So what are you going to do? Guess what? You get to choose. I have thought of 10 different areas that you can choose to do projects from. Now, remember, I'm open to your creativity. So if you have a different idea, send me a WhatsApp and we can talk about it for sure. Number 1, movies. Obviously in English. Everything is in English. Writing is in English. Speaking is in English. Anything else is in English. This is English class. We do it all in, yeah, you guys know. Movies. Watch a movie in English with subtitles in English. Maybe you don't like subtitles. They're good for you. They help you see what you're hearing and it helps your brain to get it even better. So, watch a movie in English. I do need to get a signature from your parent that says you did it. But really, it can be any movie as long as it is completely in English, the subtitles are in English, and you have a parent sign saying that you did watch it in English. this week. It can't be something you watched in the past. So obviously you would watch the movie in English and then you can choose to write about it or speak about it. Send me a picture of what you wrote or send me the audio. Music! All my music peoples out there, you can choose any song in English. Any song in English. To learn it and to sing it. So instead of sending me a 5-minute audio, you send me an audio of you singing the song that you learned. It does not have to be 5 minutes, but do not play the music in the background while you're singing it. I need to hear you singing and speaking and singing English. So in a song, now please, this needs to be a new song. I know a lot of you already know Old Town Road. So don't sing me Old Town Road because I know you already learned it. It has to be a new song that you haven't learned before in English, and then you send me the audio. Memorize. Memorizing English. This is a great time to memorize. I suggested memorizing some Bible verses. If you had a poem or something else to memorize, that is okay too. But it has to be at least 2 Bible verses containing at least 3 different sentences. Complete sentences. 3 complete sentences. And then obviously the audio is you saying the verse. Maybe we should have that be a video. It's a video of you looking at me, not a piece of paper, saying the Bible verse that you memorized or the poem that you memorized. Number 4 is YouTube. YouTube, gotta love YouTube. There are so many good options and ways that you can learn English through YouTube. Now, I would love you to pick and find your own YouTube channel that you love that is in English. So maybe a vlogger, maybe a craft channel, if you're into crafts, a dance channel, if you're into dance, music channel, any kind of YouTube channel. So if you want to pick any channel, but it has to be all in English, watch any 2 videos and then send me either a written summary about why you chose that or a 5-minute audio or 3-minute audio about why you chose that YouTube channel and why you like and subscribe to that YouTube channel. So that can be any YouTube channel. You can do your gamer YouTube channels. You can do, as long as they're speaking English while they're playing the game. Yes, so YouTube, any channel, watch 2 videos in English and then tell me about it either writing or sending me the audio. Also, there is one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's called The Bible Project. You can choose any video from The Bible Project and then send me either a written report or an oral report about any video from the Bible channel. Or you can choose a video from a really cool channel called 5 Minutes of Fergie. Watch a video from 5 Minutes of Fergie. One that's in, I don't think, we have a couple in Portuguese, so none of those. Only the videos that are in English. Watch one, send me a written report or an oral report about it, or choose your own channel. Podcast number 5. I know you guys told me that you aren't into podcasts and that podcast isn't a big thing, at least in this part of Northeast Brazil, but I think that's a shame. Podcasts are a wonderful way to learn English. So any podcast that's in English, choose it, listen to an episode, tell me about it either in a written report or an oral report, and that will be your project for that day. Got it? Virtual travels. You might feel a little stuck where you're at, but you can always virtually travel to lots of cool places because the internet. So, 2 really awesome places. I will put the links down below. The links are down below for you to do a virtual travel of Disney World or Disneyland, different rides. There's a bunch of rides that are there, so you click those links and you go to the video and you watch what it's like to be on that ride at Disneyland. and it's really cool. So if you want to choose to virtually travel to Disneyland for your English class project, I think that would be fantastic. Choose 4 different rides, watch the videos, and then send me a written report or an oral report about what you think it would be like to have a trip to Disney World or Disneyland, whatever. There's also a bunch of museums. The links are below. A bunch of museums, 500 museums. You can go to Paris, you can go to the Louvre, you can go to the Smithsonian, you can go to so many different museums. Choose a museum, travel around. You can like move your finger on like the pictures and then like zoom into the different pictures on the wall on art museums. It's really, really amazing. The links are down below, so choose any museum, study it, travel around it, do your little virtual travel thing, and then send me a written report or an oral report. You've got this figured out by now, right? Virtual travel to Disney or to museums. Number 7, I know a lot of you told me not to make videos for you guys. Well, I'm making a video for you guys, but I'm not doing it about debates. Maybe I will if this goes on long enough. But current events, you said you would listen to a video if I did about current events. Well, I think that current events are really important to talk about and to think about. So if you would like to do a project about current events, feel free. Down below, I have a link talking about the coronavirus and how to explain it to children. So if you would like to do current events, you can then send me a written report or an oral report, how to explain what is happening right now in the world to a 5-year-old or younger. Someone who is 5 years old or younger. So think about my daughter, Anna Sophia. She's 4. So think about more or less, think about her age. How would you tell her what's happening? How would you explain to her not to be scared? How would you explain to her why we're not going places? It's a big deal. Who's my creators out there? I've got some really creative students in my classroom, and I'm really excited about what you're going to create. So, you may choose a project creating. Feel free to create a YouTube video. It has to be all in English, 5 minutes at least. It can be more than 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes in English that you can create and post on YouTube. All you have to do is send me the link on WhatsApp, and I will be super, super happy if you do that. I'm talking to you, Samuel. He's already a YouTuber. And also, I've sent you some links down below of some really awesome science experiments videos on YouTube, and there's a lot. You could do a science experiment, you could do a craft video, the sky's the limit, but it has to be completely in English, okay? So the directions in English. What you do the whole way through in English. I need at least 3 pictures, at least 2 pictures while you are doing the project, the science project. If you're making slime, I know I got some slime lovers out there, make some slime with an English tutorial. Make that slime, take 2 pictures, and then take a picture at the end of your final amazing product that you have created. If you do a volcano science experiment, I want to see that thing explode, building and exploding. Send at least 3 pictures. Sports. Yeah, I'm looking at you boys that are a little bit sports crazy. If you would like to do something about sports for your English project, that is just fine with me. Choose an American team. It can be any soccer team, football team, any sport. A team, and tell me about them. It can be a written report or an oral report. Tell me why you like them. Tell me why they're awesome. Well, let's keep it to American teams. If you have a specific Brazilian team, you can ask me. Perhaps that will work. I just don't want everybody telling me how great Esporte or Santa Cruz is. All right, so sports teams. Last but not least, dance. So if you're like, oh my goodness, I need to get some exercise. This is your chance to do it during English class. Choose a dance video in English, the song in English, the directions on how to dance in English that is completely in English. Dance, learn, and then send me a video of you doing the dance. So I know you actually learned it and you worked on it for a good amount of time. So, dancing for English. I think that's a fantastic idea. Remember, I'm open to any further ideas that you're like, no, I'd really, really like to do this. As long as you're willing to do the work, I'm ready to see it.